So I want to make this YouTube video about tracts because tracts are very important, and they are something I and others in the ministry have been using, and rightly so. Christians have been using for centuries to get the message out. And not only can they be used just for the gospel vaguely, but also for specific issues, which we'll see. I have my whole pile here of ones relating to the issue of abortion. So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to go to some gospel tracts, and then I have some others, and I have probably about 10 others that I do use as well that were given all out that I don't have access to. So I'm just going to, I got a little stack here. I'm just going to go through these. This is the created equal basic one. Created equals an organization out of Columbus. So just it's quite good. Just the topic of abortion from a moral stance, arguing for the personhood of the fetus, showing how abortion really is discriminatory in nature. So this is a great one to hand out, educate people about abortion. It does have some victim imagery as well as just fetal imagery. This is the Abolish human abortion, and I have a bunch more of their tracts that I don't have anymore because I passed them all out. This is the Project Frontlines one. This is specifically good for high school outreach events I've done it at, and so it has, sex, babies, right? That's the result. Issues, if you're pregnant and those sorts of things, and so it just goes through some of the arguments. My body, my choice. It gives a lot of good, relevant information. What about the case of rape? And then, obviously, AHA, the graphics are just stunning. They're just beautifully done. So excellent, very intriguing. High schoolers love to see this. Here's the Rescue Those pamphlets. This is specifically dealing with the issue of how Christians, so this is something I would give a Christian, how they should answer. It goes through abolitionism, the tenets of abolitionism, the components of an abolition bill, the idea of criminalization, just responds to some of those objections and shows that because Christ has rescued us, we should go and rescue others. Here's the Show the Bloody City Her Abominations. This is from OSA. Basically showing what is this concept of a biblical abomination, right? Fornication, idolatry, obviously abortion, child sacrifice. And God will judge the city beginning with the house of God. And so this is great. Use this with legislators, calling all sinners, calling all Christians. Kind of just a rallying call, this is what's going on. This is the classic Are You an Abolitionist pamphlet from Free the States. Handed out hundreds and hundreds of these. These have made many an abolitionist out of a pro-lifer, and I've given them to. Given them to my pastor, people, many different pro-lifers. Very good. If you've not read this, there's a PDF available online. The same stuff on Free the States. Just goes through abolitionism versus the pro-life movement. Here it even contrasts very excellently an abolition bill versus a pro-life bill. This is the Southern Baptist Resolution on abolishing abortion. It has the whereases and the resolve, and then also has some context about the SBC and this issue, and it answers some responses. So if this is great, send it to your SBC pastor. This is Tiny Hands That Hold My Heart. A lot of guys I know use this at the abortion clinics. This is just a beautiful little book going through scripture verses and going through conception. The life is sacred and valuable and it goes basically through the months and the different gestational ages, to show that it is a person beautifully made in God's image. Natural law testifies that. God's law testifies of that. This is a response to common objections regarding the Abolitionist Protection at Conception bill. If you're a legislator in Indiana, hopefully you've seen something like this or you've heard some of the content, because so many Christian legislators will say they're Christian, And they'll give stupid arguments against doing justice and what the Bible commands of them. So that responds to those. Here's the Abolish Human Abortion. Do you love your neighbor? Like the text around here. It just goes through what is the duty of the Christian. Dear Christian, every baby murdered by abortion is your neighbor and is created in the image of your God. So this is excellent. I handed these out at Winter Jam and church things, prayer vigils. Just going through, what is our duty as Christians in light of this Holocaust. This again is for pro-life legislators who refuse to bow the knee to Christ, baby steps, and it just goes through the incremental regulatory approach to end abortion versus abolishing abortion or trying to abolish abortion. This handed out many of these. Life in the womb, so it's got some facts, some gestation facts and photos, and then it has this 180 movie, which I think is through Ray Comfort's ministry, which is a great little short 30-minute documentary. This is just great to inform the public. Personal favorite of mine here, Abortion is Murder and Everyone Knows It by Free the States. I have stapled thousands of these all around my city, and I'll open it here. This is why I like it, because it's a quad fold, so you can open it. You can hold it almost as a sign, or you can hold it up and point, if you're really trying to get attention to what's going on. This is murder. Demand the immediate abolition of abortion. So I just love this right here. I've stapled these everywhere. I've handed them out. People say that, they go, wow, this happens in our state. Yes, it does. And then on the back is just gospel. So interweaves some worldview politics and issues. And then here's different quotes from, say, embryology textbooks, Planned Parenthood pamphlets, that it is an indisputable fact that abortion ends a human life. This is just a printout that Christine gave me. Printing out stuff, it's good just to hand out and get people thinking. These here are drop cards. So this is some AHA ones, Carnage from the Abortion Holocaust. This is a really good one from Free the States. Abortion can be abolished. It's very intriguing. It has that marijuana with the zygotic stage. And it gives a really good argument, basically, if these states can themselves defy Supreme Court rulings, Gonzales-Reich, on marijuana, they could certainly do so to save the lives of innocent children. Another AHA one. Cursed is he who takes a bribe to shed innocent blood. These ones are really popular. Created in the image of God, destroyed on our watch. So the fetal image, and then you flip it. You can see it. Another color. I have a few more in here, but those are the ideas of drop cards, where you can take them. You could put it in a gas. Where you put your card. You can walk around in a store and put them everywhere. You could put them on cars at events. Lots of fun stories about those. And these things you can drop too, but that gets a little bit more expensive. Moving on to general gospel things, and I do have more abortion-related ones, but I don't have any currently with me. Chapel Library has a lot of excellent little tiny things you can get for free. This is Repent or Parish. This is my personal favorite go-to. It's just excellent from Luke 13. It's by A.W. Pink. And so they just print those. This is some Ray Comfort stuff. Creationism, Faith is for Weak People, Objections. Prepare to Meet Thy God by Chapel Library. Is Christ Your Lord, another Pink thing. So some of these by Chapel Library here. Spurgeon, Do You Know Jesus Christ? This is a really good one, especially here in Fort Wayne, where a lot of people claim to be Christians but aren't born again. Excellent. And then, of course, Are You Born Again by Ryle, which is very, very popular. So these are excellent to hand out. Just, go to a park, hand them out. These ones, of course. This is a little more wordy. I could read this stuff all day by Bonar, but the average, teen isn't going to want to read this. But if the Lord was ever going to use a tract to open a wretched sinner's heart, this would be it. The ages to come. This is the story. A friend sent this to me, and I've handed all of them out that he sent me. Really beautiful print. Just goes through, what happened. The creation, what went wrong, how can we have reconciliation with God, those things. So and it's really real appealing. People see this and say, "Oh, I want to read that." And there's an app, and I believe a film too, where people can go. This is The Gospel of Jesus Christ by Paul Washer. Someone sent me this one, and I've read it, and this is definitely would be really good to give someone who's genuinely, you can see the Spirit's working on them to read more. This is a really good one here. What is the Gospel by Gilbert. Folds out like that. Beautiful. What's the good news? God, mankind, Jesus Christ. Then you flip it around. What is our response? So this is really good, just basic, just gospel, and there's a thicker book that goes along with this. We can get lots of these black ones. This is similar, but this is for children by Kevin D. Young. The biggest story or biggest story, I've handed these out to kids. These are great. And so it shows the polemics and the narrative of the scripture almost in like the Bible Project way. So it's very graphic, and kids would love to read this sort of thing. Once upon a time there lived a man and a woman in the garden paradise where they were terrifically happy. So it's very, very kid-friendly. Over here, this is a little coin. Gospel coin. Some more different Ray Comfort things my friend Noah's given to me. Here's a gospel $1 million bill. There's lots of these people use, and it has the gospel on the back. I'm not as good with those sorts of things. Christine Hunsley showed me this. What time is purple? And other intriguing questions. And so what they do with these sorts of things is they make them interesting such that people will want to read. Then there's the Tubman 20s I have sitting over there, but I won't go get. But that's basically it. Those are tracts. Hand them out. Past couple concerts, my friend Daniel and I have handed out hundreds, thousands really, of different tracts. And it's a wonderful thing, trusting and knowing that you can get the message of God out, and that the results will come from Him. And so if He chooses to save a sinner, He can. And all we're doing is getting the word out and trusting in Him. So we're not getting anxious. Here's a different one. We're not getting anxious, oh, maybe I didn't say the right thing as I handed that to Him. No, we're trusting in God to bring the results, knowing that His word is means of grace. Anyways, thanks for watching.